Order. Roll call.
Mr. Alvaro.
Present.
Ms. Calderon.
Here.
Mr. Costa.
Present.
Ms. Cloninger.
Here.
Mr. Lombardi.
Here.
Mr. Luna.
Here.
Vice President Dunn.
Here.
President Gomez.
Here. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board statements. In accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law, the New Milford Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Borough Hall and the New Milford Public Library. Notices have been sent to the record in the Twin Borough News. The board announces that under its long-standing policy, it will not discuss in public any comments made by members of the public concerning individual staff members. At this time, please be advised that all cell phones and electronic devices are to be turned off. Meetings of the board are open to the public, and all members of the community should feel free to participate. Before coming to the board, the chain of command should be followed. There are two portions of the meeting reserved for comments from the public. The first at the beginning of the meeting for agenda items only, and the second at the end of the meeting for other items. Issues raised by the public may or may not be responded to by the board, but all comments will be considered. The board requests that all members of the public be mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Due to confidentiality and legal rights afforded by the state of New Jersey, members of the public are asked to not speak negatively or in a derogatory manner about any employee of the board or any student. I just want to seek a motion for the approval of minutes for August 27th. Joe, seconded by Tony. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we are going to start with a presentation about the China trip. Mrs. Kirshner?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sophia Wong Kirshner. I'm the elementary teacher in high school. I would like to propose, a China trip during the 2026 spring break for the high school students. We're going to use this company, Harvest Global Education, details, more information that I'm not going to go through everything in details because I did similar presentation last year. So I'm going to just very quickly give you the key information. So this company has nothing but good reviews and the feedback from so many schools use them and collaborate with them in America. So they offer this information, these all sorts of services, benefiting the students. This trip we're going to propose is going to be around 11 days. We're going to go to the capital city, Beijing, and then head to visit a local school in the nearby neighboring city, Hengshui, the best high school in the area, and then we're going to head to a very old ancient capital city, Xi'an. It was the capital of China even 2,200 years ago. And then we will go to where the big pandas are, where the students are going to spend some time with the pandas as well. So it's a 4-city and 11 days trip. And these are just, I share with Mr. Galasso all this, and if you'd like to go to more details, I believe he can share with you. And the references, all right, here's our trip. Like I said, we're going to hit Beijing, and between Beijing and Xi'an, we're going to stop in the city, smaller city. These are humongous cities, and then we're going to visit a local high school, which is almost the best high school in China, and between these two cities. All right, and then because our trip. Yeah, this is the information about Beijing. I don't need to go into details. And then we're going to go to Xi'an. Like I said, this is like almost the oldest capital city for so many dynasties through China's history. And then we will go to Chengdu, where the big panda. And I think, I'm sorry, excuse me. I think what this trip, will attract. Thank you so much. At the end of the day, it's just like weird. So last year we proposed, and all the kids and the parents were so excited about this because we will get a chance to be the giant panda in their natural habitat, and we might, if we're lucky, we might even get a chance to do voluntary work to kind of take care of the baby pandas. So this is something that's very exciting. And then, of course, I think so many people in America, if you know anything about Chinese food, it's Sichuan food, it's Sichuan cuisine. Food is always what we want, when we do trips, right? So this will be the, other services, like, I don't need to go to the details here. So we have day 1, day 2, day 3. And Beijing, as you know, is the capital city of China now, and it also has been the capital city for the past over 600 years, for the past 2, feudal dynasties. So it's just so rich in Chinese culture, in the culture. And here we are going to not only visit the tourist sites, the historic sites, also we're going to visit a local, like I said, a local school. And this trip, our China trip, the past 2 trips we did, in the previous years, pre-pandemic. And we always insist that our students will get to visit the local high school, get to spend a day with them, shadow. And I have so many pictures in my classroom if you're interested. And I also have so many archive pictures and videos of the students getting so excited, even petting the school pet. They have fun, they have, little zoos. Because the schools we got to visit are really, really very good schools. They had a lot of, fun like we do. And so, possibly even better. So they have a lot of resources that kids really get to see something they don't normally experience in this country, in public high schools, I would say. So this is Beijing. And of course, we will never, miss I'm not so familiar with this pet. We're definitely not going to miss the Great Wall, the Forbidden City, see how forbidden it is, and also students are going to use their language to, to practice the language and do some hands-on workshops. So details will be here. Can I just move on? Right, and then, I'm not so familiar with this part, sorry. And then in the second big city, Xi'an, I think a lot of people will hear the word terracotta army. We will, the same, we will experience the culture, enjoy the food, and do some hand-on workshops. I believe here we will get a chance to not only see the, the underground army of Qin Shi Huang, the first, emperor in China's feudal history. Feudal history, right? Feudal history. We will only get to create our own terracotta soldier, and then that's a kind of workshop. So again, our future will guarantee the students will, interact and even experience some, the Chinese high school life. Will also not only let them, enjoy the food in a kind of sitting still way, but also hand-on doing activities. And of course, as I just highlighted it, this is something we're going to do. Let's hope this trip will take place, and then our kids are lucky enough to have some baby pandas. Pandas are giant, the giant pandas are giant, but the babies are so tiny. Yeah, we really cannot, exist then. I think we'll really experience this. Beijing, the Great Wall, and one more thing, high speed. I guess we kind of know that China, the high-end tech is really, improving and improving. So the students will definitely experience the high railway, and I personally would always like that our students will have the opportunity to visit the clean energy electric vehicle. It's in China, believe it or not, many families, including the taxis, are using their fifth, sixth electric car already. So I personally will see if we will have the opportunity to kind of visit the manufacturers where the that's Chinese way, the electric cars are produced. Okay, so they definitely will experience that, and then don't even look at the food. I just came back, 6-7 weeks ago, and I missed, the food there already. All right, so I think that's all. I think that's it. Is that okay? Do we have any questions?
That's okay. Now, part of this, we wrote the policy last year based on a lot of feedback from other superintendents, based on the feedback from Art, our insurance person. And now, after this presentation, should we move forward with the recommendation and the approval? Ms. Kirchner has to have mandatory meetings with the parents. She has to secure insurance. In this presentation, it kept scrolling down. You would see that if it
Yes.
goes from a level 2 to a level 3, it's
Yes.
automatically off and it completely gets refunded. That's one of our stipulations coming from our district, but it's now embedded in our policy. So I appreciate Ms. Kirshner working with the company to make that happen.
Yes,
It goes into, you know, the payment methods obviously, but also the insurance that, you know, we have to get. So there are many things that have to happen still in order to make this happen. But before we start advertising to kids during back to school night and get everybody ramped up and excited, kind of like the opposite of what happened last year, we want to make sure that we are all on the same page and comfortable if it happens. So if we don't get enough students, or if some of this criteria is not met, then it is off. Part of this too is like the kids have to have visas, but one parent has to have a visa as well, which is very important. God forbid something happens, a parent has to be able to go out there. So there are stipulations, and when we do have those mandatory meetings, you know, I will sit on it as well. And that's pretty much it. So do you have any questions?
I have a question. What's the cost for the trip?
this cost, should be around the same, similar, somewhat similar to last year. Last year, we proposed is like around 35, 34, 35, 36. So we haven't finalized yet, but it's definitely going to be similar. I would like them to be less than more, but we never know because the inflation also, it's around there.
Yeah, it depends when they get their flights.
Right, right. This company and us, I know. So we work on definitely, getting the cost down, but definitely the service and the safety, everything guaranteed. Yes, yes.
Oh, I just, is there any anticipated dates of travel for the trip, or is it like, do you know it'll be this month, but we don't know the dates yet? Like, when is?
Spring break.
Yeah, spring break
Spring break.
and week, yes.
So this is an 11-day trip, missing 11 days of school is a lot,
Yeah.
so a bulk of the trip will be during spring break.
Yes. Thank you.
Who's responsible for getting the kids to the airport? How is that getting worked out? Or
You-
is it the parents, or are we doing busing there?
I would definitely propose that we use, if we can use the school bus to bus us all there. Our previous two trips, pre-pandemic, we picked up the kids in front of the school and then bus there.
Like
And
in
then-
JFK or Newark? Where was-
We do not go there yet, but the previous was from Newark,
Okay,
yes. This one not finalized yet,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Either JFK or Newark,
yeah,
yes.
it'd be good to know. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Anyone else have any questions?
Is the school bus a problem during spring break? Is there ability to use that?
Yeah, we don't have an issue. We'll find a driver.
Our previous trips is we always left almost like the last day of the school, something like that. So we were able to use the school bus before, but we will see this year.
Okay, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you so much.
Ms. Kirshner, I appreciate you coming out, spending another night out, I appreciate it.
Of course, yes, I just want to emphasize, yes, it is added that they guarantee. Right now, the travel alert is level 2, if it's level 3 or 5, definitely, because we know. Thank you so much. All right, thank you.
Okay, superintendent report, Peter Lawson.
All right, good evening, everyone. Just real quickly about the China trip, last year we didn't do it, it was proposed, and then I think we talked about it a lot in the board and did a lot of research on it. And there's something that sticks out in my head from that, is when I talk to other superintendents, a lot of superintendents are like, they wished they had a teacher that wanted to go on a trip away from their families with the students and offer them experience. So that always sat in the back of my head. I think even talking to, Mr. Alvaro, he agreed with that. That is rarefied air, and so we have the ability to do so, and as long as we're comfortable with taking all the precautions we did and slow playing it like we did, it may be time. So that is up for recommendation for approval, and then we'll move forward from there. And as I said, if any of those stipulations in the policy are not met, we do not move forward, including the mandatory meetings, the insurance, and all that. All right? School is off and running. With school off and running, I always seem to get traffic emails, and I want to reiterate that all across the country, there's traffic at drop-off and pickup with every single school, and to please be patient. When we are not patient, it actually makes it much worse. This year, the focus is at the back of DEO. I keep getting complaints about the back of DEO with the Circle Rose Place. I was there twice in the past week and a half, just observing for myself during drop-off, but I think pickup might be a little worse because people are parking where they're technically allowed, but it doesn't help the flow of traffic and making rights. The streets are narrow back there, so we are working with the police and getting recommendations on how to move forward with that. So please just be patient. You know, it's 10 to 15 minutes, a lot of time, leave early. And with all the construction going on in the Milford, that doesn't help the situation at all. I want to emphasize opportunities to get involved. You know, for parents, there's a PTO. PTOs at each building, and there's the Ed Foundation. The PTO alone, the Milford High School PTO is still donating air conditioners for the Milford High School, which is very much needed and very appreciated by everyone involved. They donate murals at Berkeley, playground at Gibbs. These are legacy projects that are very important in the community involvement. You know, it's nice to see the growth of the district through the community involvement. The Ed Foundation as well, just this past summer, donated a studio to Dave Leon's middle school, so they can start a morning broadcasting show, sound system for the high school, and teacher grants all over the place. Well over $100,000 donated over the past couple of years. So that's for parents. Please get involved. For students, I'm going to emphasize this all the time. I sound like a broken record. Please do clubs or sports or band or something. I will say it at all the back-to-school nights that I go to. If your kids are coming home every day and going on, you know, fortnight at 3 o'clock, please tell them there's something for you somewhere in the schools at every single level. Okay? The Milford High School in that regard will be having a club fair September 25th. We are doing the election poll workers again. It was a big hit last November. It was such a big hit. Our students did so well, were so cooperative, were so friendly and great with technology that they were invited back to do the June election, which they didn't tell us about, so I think they did a dry run for us to see if they were going to invite us back, and then invited us back, and then over the summer they're like, are you doing this again? And we are doing it at one of the schools in Bergen County. They're coming in on Monday the 22nd to train our students. The email went out. We have 40 respondents like that for the juniors and seniors within like a half a day. And then the confirmation email just went out, and close to 30 confirmed, and more will trickle in. And we're going to be ready to go. It's a great partnership. The VFW is doing 2 grants that are going to be given out in the newsletter that comes out later this month, but also to the schools. The Voice of Democracy essay competition for high schoolers, they can win up to $35,000, and the Patriots Pen for middle schoolers up to $5,000, just to promote democracy within our students and our buildings. We did not have too much participation last year, so we're looking to increase that. We'll be sharing with the principals and the teachers, and hopefully getting that done. Please be on the lookout for that. I want to mention, as part of the work session last week, I talked about Coach Bill Hartney retiring, and at the last football game, he works every football game, we get into conversations. I just want to point out, like, you never know things until you ask. If you don't know Mr. Hartney, he's the tall guy who's always at the football games. He never worked in this district as a teacher. He worked for Bergen County. However, he has coached for 47 years in district, starting in 1978. He has coached 107 seasons, and he has only missed 1 home football game since the early 80s. He thinks around 81, 82. So the level of commitment to the district over that period of time is phenomenal. And even though he's retiring from coaching, he is still instrumental in the high school because he is working our, I guess, group sub, that thing that we're doing to save money where we don't get subs for everybody. We put them in the cafeteria and Coach Hartney watches them, you know, with some duties. And so he is still involved and he's still trucking along. As long as I don't force him to use a computer, he is okay helping out around here. But I just wanted to point out that level of commitment. When you really talk to people, there's a whole other story behind it, and he smiled the whole time telling me how he started off as a freshman boys basketball coach and, you know, ended up getting into track. We didn't know about it, and then the sky was the limit. He had great athletes. I think the only home game he missed was because one of his student athletes, when they graduated, said, when I get married, will you come to my wedding? and it fell in a football game when he did. So, Coach Bill Hartney, when you see him, congratulate him, but he's still around. With that being said, update on sports and marching band. 9/18 is First Responders Night. That's this Thursday at the football game at halftime. We're playing Sea Caucus. Football is now 1-2. We're hoping for another win and a strong run. Girls soccer is 1-3, but all close losses. They had a game tonight. I did not hear if they lost or won. Boys soccer is, they won? Nice. 2-3. Boys soccer is 2-2. Tennis is working hard. They have outstanding numbers there. You can also see that we hosted the, I guess it was the state or the county, I guess, singles championship that has just been started over the past couple of years. The group championship is tomorrow. If you want to see some people playing tennis at 4:30, please go. They're public schools. It's pretty neat. I was out there watching today. It is like semi-pro out there. It's awesome. Cross-country boys won. They have Darlington tomorrow. Volleyball off to a great start, 4-2. They had a great tournament in Hackensack. The marching band and cheerleader are getting into mid-season form. Nothing is fast enough for Mrs. Aquero. She's always like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And Ms. Hayden Dower is, with her staff, is working the band up very nicely in the color guard to make sure that they are where they need to be by the time they go to their competition. It's been a wonderful opening to the school year. Upcoming events, I'm really focusing on back to school night. DEO pre-K back to school night was last night. DEO's back to school night is going to be a late night for us. Today's late night. Tomorrow is DEO back to school night. Gibbs back to school night is on Thursday. And then Berkeley and the high school are next week on the 24th and 25th. Mr. Riccadelli thankfully has been moving games around because there are games that fall on high school back to school night. We both agreed that we'll try to avoid that, you know, and so he has been moving the soccer game and moved games closer to 4 o'clock, I think, so they are done. On September 20th, there's ShopRite with Milford Fun Day. We've had multiple meetings about this. They are going to rent our facilities, use our facilities. We'll see how big of an event it is. Everything is prepared. We have Thursday. We are walking the whole site with the police, with the mayor, Mr. Riccadelli, our facilities, to make sure everything is in order. And then we have off on September 23rd and October 2nd for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. That is it for me. Thank you very much.
Anyone have any questions? Thank you. Assistant Superintendent Report, Lorna Doxter.
I don't have a report this evening, but our student board rep was unable to make it, and she did email us what she would like to share, so I'd like to share that with you. Based on her email, she was very disappointed and very much looking forward to coming here. So there was a change in her tennis schedule, and she had to head down to Richfield Park. Prior to school starting, the freshman class was able to get acquainted with the school during orientation, which consisted of tours, presentations, upperclassmen advice, and a warm welcome from everyone involved. It was a fun chance for all of the new students to get familiar with the new ways of the high school. The Knights have been adjusting to a new school year after an exciting couple of weeks. Each grade had a grade level meeting detailing expectations, important events, and policies to keep in mind. The varsity fall sports teams presented their lineups for the season during the fall pep rally, showcasing their impressive student athletes and promoting their upcoming home games. This year's club fair will be held on September 25th in the courtyard during lunch. The club fair is always an exciting way to get involved, meet new people, and become more active in your school community. So all students are encouraged to check it out, maybe sign up for a new club or two. Next week, we're restarting the even and odd day schedule, with even days utilizing fresh start periods and allowing students the opportunity to try various courses, attend a study hall, catch up with a teacher during extra help, or participate in one of their club meetings. Though it may be a bit of an adjustment for new students, it's an exciting chance for us to try something new. Additionally, our sports teams have had some very exciting victories, with volleyball recently winning their match against Emerson this past week, the girls soccer team beating Ponton Lakes on September 12th, the boys team beating Eastern Christian yesterday, and the football team defeating Bergenfield at the kickoff game of the season. Lastly, the Student Council is preparing for Spirit Week and Homecoming. The dance, which will be held on Saturday, October 11th, is a fun night for all students to have fun with their friends and make plenty of memories, so we hope to have a good turnout. Thank you, Emma, if you're watching, for sharing this update with us. I hope you fared well in Ridgefield, and we look forward to seeing you at our next meeting.
Thank you, yeah, I agree, Emma, thank you for being so diligent and getting that to us prior, like well before, with a prepared email, very nice.
And I think she was on her way down
Yeah.
to Ridgefield as
That's
she
exactly what we
so.
want out of our students. She is learning great life skills. I also want to thank, it's old hat, and I forgot to thank, opening up a school district. It's over 2,000 students, which means over 4,000 families. There's over 300 employees, a lot of facilities, obviously. And it doesn't open smoothly without everybody chipping in and everybody getting off out of the summer and ready to come back and eager to come back. So, I just want to make sure I thank everybody from the administrative assistants, custodians, teachers, I know you're here as well, the parents, everybody, because it takes everyone doing something to make it work. And now it's old hat again, so it happens, we get back to the habit very quickly, but that initial jolt back in can be kind of shocking for everyone, but it went very smooth, and I appreciate everybody's support, especially, principals, central office staff, everybody, so thank you.
Okay, business administrator report, Stephanie Kuchar.
I don't have a report this evening, but I just wanted to, I know at the work session, Ms. Calderon wasn't here, to remind the chairs of the committees to get a standing date for all the committees moving forward. If we could have that sooner rather than later, because, for example, we have a policy alert that just came out, and so there's a lot of policy work that has to be done. On the agenda for tonight's approval is the budget calendar for the 26-27 budget, and so that committee is going to ramp up again. And then I just wanted to let everyone know that food services breakfast and lunch started at both elementary schools on Monday. With the new system, there's no more pre-order at the elementaries. And the students were excited to use their credit cards, their little IDs that are printed with their barcode, and so we were teaching them how to scan. I was at Gibbs lunch yesterday, and it went well. Today they had cookies, so yesterday they only got the meal, today they got cookies. Snacks are soon to be coming, and I know all the students down there are real excited about that. And then the opportunities and the selection at the high school has been increasing as well, with a lot of options and different things for the students there, as well as the middle school. We have the new service line, and so all of that is going well with food services. And then lastly, I think that we can cancel our school boards for the convention. I don't believe that any board member is able to attend. So if that's the case, we're not going to spend that money. So I know the board approved that resolution, but we can go ahead and cancel that for this year. So I just wanted to let everyone know.
Was anyone planning on attending?
I got everybody to say no.
Tell me yours.
I know yours now.
You know what you can write your note.
I think it's a good idea. And then we also need to create a transportation committee at the members, what we spent.
Yeah, I was thinking that once we have to approve that full list anyway, so we could probably just like eliminate the few.
Yeah, ad hoc too.
Yeah, eliminate the ad hocs and then create, and maybe we even want to start it as an ad hoc, whatever the board thinks, and then adopt it as a full committee later. That could work. But we can probably add that for the October regular session.
That works. Anything else?
I did want to add, and I think that Mr. Glasso probably just mentioned it because it was a late addition. I believe I got the check today from the DEO PTO. They donated, I believe it's $9,000 for air conditioners as well. It's on,
Great.
wait, I'm saying it, and I'm pretty sure I edited it. It is. It's F2526.36. And actually, when we get to this resolution, I think we should just say for air conditioners to accept the donation for $9,000 for air conditioners from the DEO and school PTO. So a big
excellent.
thank
Thank
you to
you.
them, and then to the high school PTO for the donation of the air conditioners, and then the $2,000 for, to be used at the superintendent's, the principal's discretion for student initiatives. Superintendent. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anyone have any questions for Stephanie?
She more than turn on the air conditioner.
Oh.
Wow.
Today was my day though.
I mean, it's a fair question.
It is fair.
Okay. Any liaison board committee reports? Stephanie?
I will have the report for the next meeting, but we did meet today, earlier, so once I type that up and get that out to everybody, I'll report out for the next meeting.
Sure. Anyone else? I don't know if there's anyone else. No? Okay. Any correspondence?
We received four letters of interest for the board vacancies. For the board vacancies, so I just want to accept those four.
You all received copies of the letters of interest. Okay.
And then I guess we'll, as a board, decide, and then I'll reach out to the 4 people who submitted their letters of interest on the timeline.
Yeah. Scheduling it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Open to the public for items on the agenda as outlined in New Milford Board of Education, bylaw 0167. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes. I seek a motion to open. Stephanie, seconded by John. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Does anyone in the public like to ask any questions? No? I seek a motion to close to the public. Andrew, seconded by Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, board action. I seek a motion for B, A 25-26.9, point 10, and point 11. Need a second? Andrew, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Educational programs and curriculum committee, Stephanie Hoffinger.
Make a motion to seek approval for C 25-26.7, point 8, point 9, point 10, point 11, point 12, point 13, point 14.
I need a second. Nicole, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Personnel. I seek a motion for P 25-26.28, point 29, point 30, point 31, point 32, point 33, point 34, point 34. There's 2 of them. One for lunch aides and one for extra paid positions. Like with it.
35.
Point 35. I need a second. Tony, roll call.
Mr. Albro?
Yes.
Ms. Calderon?
Yes.
Mr. DeCosta?
Yes.
Ms. Coffinger?
Yes.
Mr. Lombardi?
Yes.
Mr. Luna?
Yes.
Vice President Dunn?
Yes.
President Gomez?
Yes. Okay, all in favor? Finance and Facilities Committee, Cheryl Calderon.
I seek a motion for approval of Act 25-26.19, point 20, point 21, point 22, point 23, point 24, point 25, point 26, point 27, point 28, point 29, point 30, point 31, point 32, point 33, point 34, point 35, point 36, and point 37.
I need a second. John, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Athletics Co-Curricular Committee, Nicole Dunn.
Turn the page.
I seek a motion for AC 25-26.4, but before we approve, I just want to thank this person for volunteering their time.
Definitely, thank you. I need a second. Stephanie, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any old business? Any new business? Any board member requests for additional information? Okay. I seek a motion to open to the public as outlined in the Milford Board of Education bylaw 0167. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes. Joe, seconded by John, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is anyone on the public? Councilman?
Sure. Great to see everyone tonight. Just a few quick updates. As you reported earlier, Mr. Galasso, we're all looking forward to Family Fun Day.
which is going to be this Saturday here at Knightsfield. I think it starts around 4 o'clock with live music. 4 to 10 we should have, I believe, a live band starting around 8:30. So we encourage everyone to come out. That's Saturday at Knightsfield, right next to the high school. A week later, on the 28th, will be our fishing derby at Park Castle Pond behind the Brookchester Shopping Plaza. We thank of course, our Municipal Alliance and all our supporting committees for putting it together. That starts early at about 8 o'clock in the morning and will be another fun and exciting day. On October the 4th will be this year's Clean Communities Day, which will start at 9 a.m. at our DPW down behind Kennedy Field. And again, our 7th annual Domestic Violence Awareness Symposium will be Wednesday, October 22nd at 6:30 p.m. Here at the New Milford High School in the auditorium. Our theme will be digital safety, ending digital abuse, and staying safe on social media. We are proud to have the support of the New York Giants. They advised us this week that they're again going to be supporting our program this year. And it's also exciting to report that the prosecutor's office for the first time will be bringing us their cyber crimes unit, who will also be participating in this year's event. So, thank you all.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Okay, I seek a motion to close to the public. Nicole, seconded by Tony. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? I seek a motion to adjourn. Joe, seconded by Stephanie. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, and our next meeting is October 15th, our work session.